I used to work at a small call center in Phoenix, Arizona. We handled customer support for a local security company, alarm systems, motion sensors, that kind of thing. It wasn't glamorous, but the hours were good, and the pay steady. I worked the night shift, alone most of the time, from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. It was quiet, just me, a desk full of monitors, and the low hum of the server fans. Every call that came in was automatically recorded, company policy. Most were boring, wrong numbers, people forgetting passwords, false alarms triggered by pets. But one night, around 2:30 a.m., a call came through that I'll never forget. The caller ID showed a local number, but not one registered to any of our clients. I hesitated, then picked up. Security support. This is Alex. How can I help you? Static filled the line, then a faint voice. Is someone there? Yes, I said. You've reached Desert Shield Security. Do you need assistance? A pause. Then, there's someone in my house. My heart jumped. I straightened in my chair. Okay, ma'am. Are you in a safe location? Silence. Then, very quietly, he's in the hallway. The voice was calm. Too calm. I tried tracing the number, but the system lagged. I asked her address. She didn't answer. Just heavy breathing. Then the line went dead. I flagged the call, sent it to my supervisor, and logged it as a potential emergency. But when we checked the recording later, something was wrong. The file was blank. No audio, no timestamp, nothing. Like it had never happened. A week later, the same number called again. This time the voice was louder, a woman whispering, panicked. Please, he's here again. I heard footsteps in the background, a door creak, then a deep male voice, saying something I couldn't make out. The call ended with a sharp gasp. When I tried to replay it, the system crashed. The file disappeared again. My supervisor thought I was joking. Probably interference, he said, or a prank. But the number stayed in our call log, time, date, duration, everything but the recording itself. A few days later, during a slow shift, I decided to dig deeper. I looked up the phone number. It was registered to a house 10 miles away, foreclosed, vacant for years. I even found an article, family of 3 found dead in home, suspected homicide. The date matched the first call, exactly 1 year earlier. That night I stayed late, checking the system logs. Around 3 a.m. I heard it. The line clicked and static filled my headset, even though no call had come in. Then, faintly, a voice whispered, "He's behind you." I froze. The office was silent, the monitors reflecting the glow of the hallway light. I turned slowly. Nothing there. When I faced forward again, the system showed one new entry in the call log. Same number, same duration, 032. But no audio file. The next morning, I quit. The job didn't seem worth it anymore. 2 weeks later, I drove past that house. Boarded windows, overgrown lawn. For sale sign half collapsed. In the upstairs window, I swear I saw someone watching. The blinds shifted, and though my windows were rolled up, I could almost hear it again. Is someone there? When I was 17, I worked a summer job at the county fair in Illinois, running the ticket booth near the Ferris wheel. It was an easy gig, long hours, minimum wage, but free food and a great view of the fairgrounds. Nights were my favorite. The glow of the rides, the smell of popcorn, the sound of laughter, it all felt safe, nostalgic, until the night everything changed. It was near closing time, maybe 11:30. The crowd had thinned, most families heading home. The Ferris wheel still turned slowly, the last few passengers enjoying their final ride. I was counting the day's cash when I saw him, a tall man standing by the fence just beyond the lights. He wasn't moving, just watching. At first, I thought he was waiting for someone, but after 10 minutes, he was still there. I couldn't see his face clearly. The shadows hid most of it. But something about the way he stood was off. Too stiff, too still. A few minutes later, one of the maintenance guys, Rick, came by. I nodded toward the man. "That guy been standing there long?" Rick squinted, didn't see anyone. When he turned to look, the man was gone. I tried to shrug it off, finished counting, locked the booth, and started walking toward the staff lot. The fairgrounds were almost empty now, just the faint creak of the rides shutting down. Then I saw him again, near the Ferris wheel, same spot, facing me. The lights flickered, and for a moment, I could see his face. Pale, hollow eyes, like he hadn't slept in years. I froze. "Hey!" I shouted, but my voice came out weak. He didn't move. Then the Ferris wheel lights went out completely. When they came back on, he was gone. The next morning, I told my boss. He laughed, said maybe it was a drunk or someone lost. But that night, others started mentioning him too. A few workers said they'd seen a tall man near the rides, always watching, never speaking. On the last night of the fair, a storm rolled in. Rain hammered the tents, wind howled through the rides. We closed early. Around midnight, as I was locking up, lightning flashed, and for a split second, I saw him again, standing at the base of the Ferris wheel. Only this time, he wasn't alone. There was a child next to him, holding his hand. Both were soaked, their clothes dark and heavy. The man's face was turned up toward the wheel, expressionless. Then the lights flickered out. The wind swallowed everything. When they came back, they were gone. A week later, I found an old newspaper article online from the 1970s. Father and son killed in Ferris wheel accident. Safety lock failure blamed. The photo showed the same ride, the same fairgrounds. The man's face was blurred, but the child's eyes looked eerily familiar. Every summer since, whenever the fair comes back to town, people still say they see someone standing near the Ferris wheel late at night. Always the same spot, always watching.